We're ready.
According to the International Life Saving Federation, 1.2 million people around the world die every year by drowning. That might not seem like a huge number in the grand scheme of things, but as a lifeguard and swim instructor, that is huge to me. Safety is the most important and obvious reason why children and adults should learn how to swim. A child should never be in a drowning situation. So today I'm going to establish 3 other reasons why it is also important to learn how to swim, other than safety. First, the physical health benefits. Second, the great recreational activity, or how it is a great recreational activity. And third, because it is also a great competitive sport. Everyone should learn how to swim for the health benefits. When you swim every stroke, you work almost every muscle in your body. It also helps with endurance and your cardiovascular system, and there is also a very low risk of injuries when you swim. An article titled, "What's Good About Swimming" by Matt Lubers, he states, "Perhaps an injury prevents you from putting weight on a knee or ankle. Swimming can help you. Water aerobics, pool running, or a regular swim workout can give you a great exercise without the weight of your body pounding you with every move." And that is exactly why when I was training for my half marathon, I would swim a couple times a week just to relieve my joints and my knees, because I'm not a huge fan of running, so it really helped take the pressure off on my bones. And it also helped me with my endurance, and it really helped regulate my breathing. It really improved it. So those are just a couple benefits for the physical aspect, and there's also some mental benefits of swimming. The disease control and prevention states that swimming can improve a person's mental health. For people with fibromyalgia, it can decrease anxiety, and exercise therapy in warm water can decrease depression and improve a person's mood. So those are just a couple reasons why swimming, learning how to swim will greatly benefit your health. A second reason why it is good to learn how to swim is because it is a popular recreational activity. During the summertime, you want to get away from the heat. People love going to the beach or in a swimming pool, and you never want a person or a child to feel excluded from these activities. Like my mom, she never learned how to swim, and so whenever we would go to a hotel and go on vacation, she would never go in the pool. She'd always sit out, or if she did go in the pool, she would just stay in the shallow end. So it's really a bummer seeing somebody that you love just sit outside the pool and they can't be included in the festivities. And not learning how to swim can also grow into a fear of the water, because they're afraid of the unknown. They don't know what happens when it gets too deep and you can't touch, and people don't realize that your body is buoyant in the water. And the water, everyone can enjoy the water. It's not just limited to one type of person. And Joanne, aquatic instructor at the Salvation Army Community Center, stated, "Everyone is equal in the water." And that is so true, because you don't need to be tall like you do to play basketball. You don't need to be big and muscular like you do for football. And you also don't need to be fast and have great leg coordination like you do for soccer. Everyone is able to swim. And we've had people come in my swimming pool that have had cerebral palsy, and they have learned how to swim. And right now I'm teaching a special needs boy, and when he first came to the pool, he was terrified of the water. He wouldn't go in. He would just sit on the side and dip his toes in and kind of kick the water. And then the 3rd to 5th days when he came, he would only get in the water if he was on my back. And now, about a month later, he's in the water, he's able to be by himself, he loves it, and he smiles every time he comes in the pool. He's so excited to be there. So those are some recreational benefits of swimming. And lastly, competitive swimming, I'm going to briefly touch on. It's a great competitive sport and a great workout. It is a team sport, but more so individual. And if you got first place, you know you did it because of all your hard work. or if you got disqualified while you were swimming, you know that it was your fault, it was your mistake that you made. You can't blame it on your teammate. And then also after competitive days of swimming are over, you can still swim for exercise. And you can't exactly do that with baseball or football. So in conclusion, safety will always be the #1 reason why everyone should learn how to swim. But like I stated, there are also other benefits to swimming. The Better Health Channel wrapped up the physical aspect pretty well. They said swimming is a healthy, low-cost activity that you can continue throughout your life. Swimming is a low-impact activity that has many physical and mental health benefits. Swimming is a great workout because you need to move your whole body against the resistance of water. So in conclusion, swimming is a sport that everybody should learn for the great health and mental benefits. It's a great recreational activity, and it's also a great competitive sport.
So, Katrina, what did you think?
Well, I believe your nervous energy was designated in prominently your right leg. You kept on moving it back and on forward because it was like you're doing a dance. But your intro was very clear. I understood it and knew where you were going with it. So I thought, but then the middle came into it and I got a little lost. A little bit. But then you said in conclusion twice near the end. You said in conclusion, and you said a quote, and then you said it again and said a different quote. So I got a little lost. But I liked your talk that you had good eye contact for most of the time, and then you had also nervous energy with your cards. I'm sure I'm going to do that. So with your cards, bending them, playing with them. It's like a little game. But otherwise, good job.
Yeah, I didn't notice those things that much, but they do come up, and like I said, people will notice different kinds of things. So shifting the weight or playing with the cards, that'll be an issue. Listening to the content, I thought you had a very good opening. You had a statistic, and it's kind of a personal way of relating to the subject. You set up the contents very clearly, so the organizational material is fine. I didn't hear the two conclusions that Katrina's talking about, but that doesn't mean that she was wrong about it. It just means that I didn't hear it and I didn't get confused. I thought it was very well organized. You basically just have a list of advantages that you're talking about, and as you go through each of those points, I thought there were very clear transitions between those points, so I didn't feel lost at all. I thought that you did a nice job on most of those points, trying to include some general evidence to support the point, like talking about how it's good for exercise or what the mental benefits are, but then also providing particular examples to pull us in a little bit more. I thought it was especially good when you were talking about the socialization process, and you described how it was disturbing to you or uncomfortable for you that your mother didn't participate in the activity, and then you've got a personal experience because you're a swim instructor talking about helping the one kid with cerebral palsy and how he has changed over a period of time. And I think those things are the kinds of things that motivate people a little bit, because let's face it, when you're sitting here in the audience, well, let me see, who do I want to be? Do I want to be Rachel's mother who never goes in and sits at the side and feels left out? No, I don't want to be that person. Can I be at least as good as some kid who's got cerebral palsy? I mean, I don't have a disability like that. I should be able to do something like that. And so you get those, there are some motivating kinds of things that you put into the speech, and I thought that worked really well. I think you could do a little bit more to make it a little more argumentative, and maybe some comparison with some of the other sports as exercise or competitive kinds of things, so that it really feels a little bit more special. But I think you've got a sound argument for the point that you're trying to make. Delivery things. Your voice was fine. It was pretty steady. I thought your eye contact was pretty solid. I'm sitting over here on the side, so you're probably not going to turn and look at me as often. It looked like you weren't over dependent on the script. I did feel like sometimes I could be a little bit more engaged, but that's a slight issue that we're worrying about there. All right, thank you.